Hello everyone, Stephen Barry here from Halcyon, bringing you the first of what will be a regular video update on market and economic news, plus also some news from within inside Halcyon. So hopefully you find this informative. From an economic and market perspective, obviously one of the main news events in recent times has been the Brexit vote. So whilst we can't add a lot to that, other than what you would have read in the newspapers and heard on the media, I just thought it was a bit more insightful to give you a bit of an update from an investment perspective on some of the trends that we found both leading into the vote and also the market reaction post the vote coming through. Obviously in the lead up to the vote, there was a substantial run up in equity markets, but when the vote came through on that trading day, we saw some fairly substantial falls, and most Australian equity funds fell around about 3.5% on that day. But the important thing to note is that not all funds fell on that day, and this goes to the benefits of having a diversified portfolio. Indeed, some of the more defensive funds, like the fixed interest bond funds, they actually rose on that actual trading day post the vote being announced. So from our perspective, those relationships that we would have expected to see actually held true, and from our point of view that was quite pleasing because it goes to the benefit of having a diversified portfolio. So whilst equity markets had recovered ground, and in fact if you look at the US market in recent days it's actually closed at record highs, but during those periods of sharp market volatility and price dislocation, it's good to see that the relationships we expected between equity funds and bond funds actually held up. Now, whilst I can't say that the positives from those funds that went up totally outweighed the negatives, but at least it helped to dissipate some of the falls that we saw in equity markets. So that was a really pleasing thing to see. The other sort of main event that we've all heard probably too much about in recent times is the election. Again, whilst it's had obviously saturation coverage through the media, from our perspective it's now going to be interesting to see what actually happens with the passing of the budget legislation. Clearly there'll be a lot of commentary and news about what's going to get through. I know for a number of you we were talking about contribution strategies, which we've effectively put on hold until, especially around the 500,000 non-concessional lifetime limit, whether that actually passes through Parliament or not. From some of the articles we've read in recent days, it would probably seem that the tax on the 1.6 million in pension balances will likely come through, but outside of that there's just too much uncertainty to make any sort of clear predictions at this time. So obviously as we get clarity around the budget, then we will inform those of you that we've got strategies on hold. With regards to year-end pension payments for those of you that are in an account-based pension, pension providers recalculated pension amounts for the new financial year. You will receive correspondence regarding that, but I just thought it was worthwhile to note that in some cases, especially for those of you that are drawing the minimum pension payment, there may be a change to the July payment from what you were receiving in June, and that's possibly more of a reduction than an increase. So to the extent that there is a change in your payment level, don't hesitate to contact us. We will be contacting you about this, but I just thought it's worthwhile mentioning that there may be a change, but we can always revert the payment back to either what you were getting in June or another amount in time for the August payment, so just keep an eye out for that. Also, for those of you that do tend to check your portfolio balances online, this first few weeks of July tends to be a period where portfolio valuations are understated, especially for those of you with managed funds in your portfolio. The way managed funds work is that they will declare a distribution amount for the end of June. Once they declare that, the unit price falls, but it's often a couple of weeks before you actually get the income paid into your account. So looking through a number of portfolios in recent days, there are income distributions starting to come through, and it will likely that they'll all come through within the next week or so, but I just thought it was worth pointing out that if you've seen some falls in the values of funds, it will be because that fund has declared an income distribution, but your account may not have actually received it into your working cash account as yet. So again, any questions on that, don't hesitate to give us a call. So that's sort of a summary of the economic and market issues we wanted to bring to your attention. In terms of news inside of Halcyon, the main focus at the moment is leading up to our charity walk, the Run Melbourne event on the 24th of July. We've had donations raised so far of just over $11,000, which is a fantastic result, and we're really appreciative of everyone that has donated so far. Obviously, there's always room for more donations. We are trying to target $20,000. So if any of you have yet to donate, we would be much appreciative if you did so before the 24th. If anyone also wants to join us on the day for the walk, please don't hesitate to contact the office and we will provide you with information. But as I said, so far the response has been fantastic and we're really appreciative of everyone who's given us their support. So that's it for this first edition of our video update. Hopefully you found the information informative. As I said, any questions on any matters, don't hesitate to contact us, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for now.